Alright, I'm out here at Cedar Lake. It's about 5 o'clock in the evening. Got a late start. They had the road closed there on 3. It was down to 1 lane actually, and it was about a 20-minute wait to get around. The gnats are furious right now. Overcast conditions, water temps 78.5 degrees. Water's clear, I mean it's probably 4-foot visibility. And I'm going to try to catch some deeper fish, some suspended fish. That's what I'm going to start out doing. And I may end up going shallow and see if I can find some punching fish or some frogfish. Keep you posted. Nice fish. Caught one of those suspended fish out here. That's kind of what I was trying to do. There's some big fish out here roaming around. Okay, these are the fish I'm going to try to catch today. These fish are out here kind of suspended. They're the hardest fish to catch, but if you can figure them out, you can do good in a hurry. They're getting bigger. It's fun. So you just throw that hair jig out, let it fall to the bottom, turn your reel handle a couple times, it makes it flutter up and it falls back down. You just feel a little tick and you just kind of reel into them and swing set. Another nice fish. That fish just bounced off. Got several eyeballs on me now, wondering what I'm doing. there you go. Sometimes you just got to think outside the box. Obviously there's a nice little school up on this point, so I'm going to keep hammering them until they quit. There we go. That's an over. Same deal. So if you haven't tried this technique, I don't like talking much about it, but it's when they're on it, it's pretty phenomenal. Just a hair jig, nothing fancy. Got to make your own though. Let's get him back. That is so fun. Okay, I kind of lost that school. The thing is when you get a school going, you need to get back in there as soon as possible. That school kind of slid off the point a little bit, so I think I found them again. I'm making another cast and get in there. Another nice fish. So that fish hit it on the fall as soon as it hit the water, so he was sitting up there pretty high. There's nothing like it, man. Jig fishing's awesome. Okay, I'm gonna try to get closer here, stand on the back deck and show you what I'm doing. So all you're doing is making your cast. Pull a little slack in your line. Just let it fall and watch it. When it stops, you're on the bottom. And all you want to do, you just want to crank that reel handle
about 3 times and let it fall. Just watch your line, it'll have a bow in it. And you're watching your line for it to jump or you'll feel like a tick. So just 3 handles, 3 reel handles, 3 cranks. Just let it fall. Just like that. That usually doesn't happen. Pull it off. But that's what you're doing. Just throw it out, let it fall to the bottom. Crank the reel handle 3 times, let it fall to the bottom. And they'll usually hit it on the glide. It's a pretty sweet bite. So there you go, fishing the hair jig. It's a blast. You just got to find school that's fired up, get out there and just do a little experimenting. I tie all my own hair jigs. Actually, I got some hair jigs coming from a guy named SNS Jigs. So SNS Jigs on Facebook, you can look him up. He ties a really good hair jig. Tell him 10 Horse Monty sent you, and he can make any color you want, any combination of, you know, like hook. I think he has 4/0 and a 5/0 hook in his hair jigs, but he can make any head color and any fur and feather combination that you want. So if you got something you think looks good, shoot him a PM. SNS Jigs on Facebook. It is so fun catching them like this. I'm supposed to be out here pre-fishing for Wednesday nighter coming up, but it's hard to leave. I'm gonna make a few more casts and I'm gonna go check some more points, see if I can duplicate a pattern. Go. It's another over. Not a big over, but definitely like to have them in some tournaments. All right, I'm gonna go look for some more fish. They're still biting. I'm gonna leave them. We got some people over here in the kayak, and so maybe they'll slide over here and catch a few fish. Hey, it's Gabe Montgomery here, 10 Horse Mind Channel, and wanted to just talk to you about the equipment I use for throwing the hair jig. I found that just a 7-foot medium heavy rod works great for, you know, the 1/2 ounce to the 3/8 ounce hair jigs. And if you're throwing a 3/4 ounce or 1 ounce hair jig, you know, you want to move up to like a 7.2 or 7.4 medium heavy probably. You know, I'm not doing much of that around here. You know, Kentucky Lake and some of those ledge lakes, with current, they'll throw a little bit heavier jig. So I'm using 15 pound, I'd say 14 to 16 pound fluorocarbon line works great. 7-foot medium heavy rod. I like a high speed gear ratio reel. So, 7-to-1. I've been throwing the 7-to-1. 7-to-1 reels for a while, and they work great for a lot of different applications. The jig's about tore up, but I tie a few jigs, just a few bucktail jigs. But I get a few from a guy named Stacy Smith. It's S&S Jigs on Facebook. He ties some really good stuff. I'm not sponsored by him. I mean, I have no sponsors. You know, just me, myself, family, all that. That's it. But I do like his products. He ties a really, really good hair jig. So, you know, I promote stuff that I think is worth promoting. You know, he's an independent guy. He just ties them himself. But this is one of his jigs right here. That's pretty sweet looking. Now this is I think this is a half, it's a 3/4, maybe a 1 ounce hair jig. It's a gizzard shad, and I asked him to tie this color combination. So it's kind of an olive, green and olive, and he's got some flashaboo in it, and then he painted the head, you know, it's got the white bottom and then the green olive top with the eyes on it. That's a minnow head, but you know, he's got a couple big pieces of hackle feather in there. It's a really big profile. I've only caught a few fish on this around here. What I'm mainly throwing around here is, these are some that I tied, and this one's done some damage. It's pretty wore out. But I've got a really small piece of feather in here, and then some bucktail. It's drastically smaller. I mean, here's your comparison to the two. This is more of a threadfin shad profile. This is a gizzard shad profile. I tied this one up last night. That's kind of what this used to look like for the most part. Similar profile. This is just a 1/2 ounce jig head. I bought off of eBay. You know, I used like a powder coat paint to get the color head that I want. Just some red thread. This is just bucktail. Little bit of flashaboo in there. I didn't even tie a feather in this one because I don't know that it matters, but they like that smaller profile around here for the most part. Now later on in the summer, that's when I've caught a few on this bigger profile. The shad start getting a little bit bigger, and you can go to that bigger profile. So anyway, give a hair jig a chance. It's a really fun technique. You know, if you find a point that's got a school of fish on them, you know, maybe they're suspended, you can't get them to bite a worm or a jig or shaky head or something, crankbait, try this hair jig. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but when you get that school fired up, it's you can have a pretty phenomenal day like I had yesterday. It was a lot of fun catching those fish. So thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, share, all that, and until next time. Watch the end of this clip. The fish just hammered a frog.